right. Good. Good to see you all. Okay. And Alyssa's here. She's gonna practice off the screen. All right. So let's find ourselves a comfortable seat, whatever that may be. Just sit up tall, straighten your back. Good, beautiful. Let's take a few deep breaths. Just inhaling all the way in and letting go. Good, and a few more. Inhale deeply and let it go. Good. And as you're breathing deeply, let your attention stay with your breath. If you need to exaggerate the in-breath or out-breath a little bit to really kind of feel the sensations in your body, go for it. There might be a sense of expansion, the sense of fullness as you're breathing in. Maybe a sense of release and relaxation, letting go as you breathe out. And every time you get distracted, just come back to your breath. Now imagine that your breath, that all the thoughts and sensations that come and go, maybe sounds around you, maybe even the sound of my voice, they are just like the waves on the surface of the ocean. Just ripples and movement, right? Waves that can toss us from side to side. And sometimes they're fun to play with, right? But for now, we can make a choice and dive under the waves. And as we dive under the wave, it becomes quieter, right? Becomes steady. And deeper you go, quieter it becomes. And all the thoughts, all the ideas, all the happenings, right? It's still all there, just up on top, up on the surface. It's almost like we can look up and it's all there. But we're making a choice to go deeper within ourselves, giving ourselves an opportunity to recharge, to restore. Every now and then you'll notice your mind as if rising back up to the surface towards the waves, and that's okay. Trust that just as effortlessly as our mind wandered off, just as effortlessly as you become aware of the mind wandering off, that with the same ease, when given a chance, the mind will come back around into the depth to rest. Now, as we come to an end to this short meditation practice, in your own mind, in your own words, remind yourself, why do you keep practicing? What are you looking for in this practice? Take a moment to set an intention. When you're ready, bring the palms together, bring them to your heart. We'll open the rest of the practice with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Dedicating the merits of this practice to all the beings everywhere, wishing all the beings to be free from suffering, to be happy, to be healthy, to stay safe, or wishing all the beings recovery, strong recovery, if that's what they need at the moment. Right? Ease of mind, ease of heart, joy, smiles, whole lot of light and love and hope in all of our hearts. When you're ready, release your hands. You can open your eyes if you choose, or you can keep them closed. Right? Let's switch the cross of the legs. We're going to stay here for just a little bit longer. We're going to practice alternate nostril breathing today. Okay, so your left hand comes into Jnana Mudra, connecting your index and thumb fingers, palm facing up. On your right hand, you're going to bend the first 2 fingers towards your palm, right? Your index and middle, and we're going to use your thumb and the other 2 fingers to block the nostrils. So sit up nice and tall. Make sure it's your right hand. All right, here we go. Breathe out completely. Okay, now close the right side with the thumb. Inhale through the left. Close both nostrils. Hold. Out through the right. Breathe out. In through the right. Hold both nostrils. Hold your breath. Out through the left. In through the left. Hold your breath. Hold both nostrils. Exhale through the right side. In through the right. Hold. Out through the left. Okay. Inhale, left side. Hold your breath. Hold both nostrils. Out through the right. In through the right. Hold your breath. Hold both nostrils. Out through the left side. And release. Release your hand down. Go ahead, take a couple of breaths. Alternate nostril breathing is a wonderful tool. It's a great tool for this time when there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. Just please wash your hands before, right? I'm going to trust that you guys have all clean hands because you're all at home. But whenever you decide to practice this, make sure your hands are clean before you start touching your nose and your face. Okay, let's come up to stand. So come to Come to the front of your mat, do whatever adjustments you need to do there. If you need to move around and shift things. Okay, and we're just gonna come up to stand. Good. All right, wonderful. Good. So we're going to start with a little bit of warm up for our joints. We're going to start with our wrists. We're going to roll our wrists in and we're going to roll them out. Good. We're going to go up and down and side to side. Good. Beautiful. And then your shoulders kind of up and down. Oop. Up and down. Just really kind of making your shoulders and arms and everything shake. Getting the lymph to move. Good, beautiful. And then relax your shoulders. Let's do the head. Begin to roll your head in one direction. Let's do a few rotations there. And switch, going the other way. Good. And finding your way back into the center. Good. Now hands on your hips. Let's draw a few circles here. Good. And then go the other way. Good, wonderful. Come back into the center, place your hands on your knees and draw a few circles with your knees. Good, and then go the other way. This looks like a dance party. I see you all guys on the screen. Good, and come back to the center. Wonderful. Now a little bit of balance, but also warm up for our ankles. If you need to, you can have one of your hands on a wall or whatever piece of furniture you have nearby. We're gonna start with our right foot and we're just gonna draw a few circles. Point your right toes. Go ahead and draw a few circles there. Now switch the direction, go the other way. Good, wonderful. Now point the foot and draw circles from the hip joint. Right, so my leg is straight. I'm pointing the foot and I'm drawing circles as if I have a piece of chalk in between my toes. Good, now go the other way. Tiny little baby circles, which is going to make you work a little harder because you're going to have to find more control there. Good, and release, well done. Let's switch to the other side. First, circles from the ankle. Here you go. Maybe you guys can see me better. Circles from the ankle. Whoa. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall, right? So my hip is steady. I'm just rotating from the ankle at this point. Yep. And then go the other way. Good. Still with the ankle. Yes. Nice. And then point the foot and now draw circles from the hip joint. Beautiful. Go the other way. Good. Your standing leg is still straight and strong. You're standing up tall. Beautiful. And release. Good. Well done. Shake it all out. Very nice. All right. Now come to the front of your mat. We're going to start with our sun salutations. We're going to start in the mountain pose, standing up tall. Your feet are grounded. The top of the head is reaching up. Imagine yourself as this beautiful, tall, strong mountain. Take a couple of breaths here. Let that sort of energy come into you. What does it feel like to be a mountain? Grounded, right? Really, really grounded, but still reaching up to the sky. With your next inhalation, reaching all the way up, stretching the front of the body. As you breathe out, fold forward. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need. Relax the back of the neck. Now send your right foot as far back as you can. Bring the knee to the mat. Lift your heart. Step back into plank. Palms down on the mat like top of a push-up. Step back. Good. Now lower your knees down. Bend the elbows. Chest and chin come down. Inhale, cobra pose. Lifting your heart. Keeping your elbows bent. And then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips all the way back. Right foot steps forward. Help yourself with a hand if you need that help. Get it to the front. Left knee down. Lift your heart. Draw the shoulder blades together and down your back. And when you're ready, feet together at the front of the mat. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise. Stretch the front of the body again. And palms to your heart. Good. Second round. Inhale, lifting up, stretch. Exhale, fold forward, engage the abdomen, draw it in. Send your left foot as far back as you can. Knee on the mat, lifting your heart. When you're ready, step back into plank like top of a push-up. Now knees, chest, and chin, or if that didn't work last time, just slowly go all the way down to your belly. Cobra pose. Baby cobra, elbows bent, chest lifted. Exhaling into your downward facing dog, lift the hips back. Left foot comes forward between the hands. Again, either step forward or help yourself with the hand if you need to. Right knee comes down, lifting your heart, shoulder blades together. And then feet together at the front. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms to your heart. Good. Let's do two more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, fold forward. Right foot back. Knee on the mat, lift your heart. Step back into plank. Lowering down knees, chest, and chin, or straight down to the belly. Inhale into a cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the hips all the way back. Good. Right foot forward. Left knee down, looking up. Feet together at the front. Inhale, rise all the way. Palms to your heart. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot goes back. Knee on the mat, lift your heart. Step back into plank. Lowering down knees, chest, and chin, down on the belly, maybe chaturanga, and then cobra pose. Downward dog. Exhale, lift the hips back. Left foot forward. Right knee down, looking up. And feet together. Inhale, rise. Palms to your heart, exhale. Good, now stay right there. Take a couple of breaths. Observe your body. Observe your heartbeat. You might feel a little warmer at this point. Okay, now we're going to slow down. We're going to work a little deeper on each pose. As you inhale, lift all the way up and interlock the fingers above your head. And then press the palms up to the ceiling. We're going to take a few breaths here. Good, you guys doing a beautiful job. See if you can soften your shoulders a little bit. Ground your feet, press down into your feet and keep pressing up through the palms. Okay, take one more breath here. As you exhale, release the hands, fold forward. Okay, now we're going to stay here for probably about 5 breaths or so. Feel free to bend your knees if you need to, right? If your hamstrings aren't happy, bend your knees as much as you need. You can bend your knees and connect your belly and the thighs, letting your head just hang down. Your arms can be just dangling down. You can hold your opposite elbows, or if the back of the legs is close enough, you can hold the back of the legs. Mhm. Beautiful. See if you can lift your shoulders away from your ears a little bit. Yes. Taking a couple more breaths here. Wonderful. From there, we're going to plant the hands onto the mat and we're going to step back into downward dog. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths in our downward dog. Trying to equalize your inhalation and exhalation, trying to get them to be even. Right? There's always the striving for balance within the yoga practice. Balance of intention, balance of breath, balance of strength. Now, as you inhale, come forward into plank, bringing your shoulders over your wrists. Taking a few breaths in plank. Remember to lift your lower abdomen, lift your lower rib cage, and stay right here. Stay nice and strong. So while we stay here, see if you can think of 5 things you are grateful for. Beautiful. Slowly release down onto your belly. Good. Release the tops of your feet. Bring your feet together. We're going to start with the baby cobra, but we're going to hold a little bit this time. Make sure your fingertips are in line with your shoulders. Your elbows are hugging the rib cage, so your upper arms are hugging the rib cage. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. Squeeze your buttocks. Begin to lift your heart. Breathe deeply. See if you can press the back of your head towards your seats. Push the back of the head towards your seats. Got a few more deep breaths. And slowly release. Take a rest. Now tucking your toes under, finding your way back to your downward dog. Now as you inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Okay, take a few breaths there. See if you can open up the hip a little bit. You can bend your knee. You can let that leg kind of dangle behind you. Good, now come back into the center, square the hips. Let's step the right foot forward between the hands and lower the left knee down. Good, bring your hands to the front knee, lift your chest. Breathe deeply. With each exhalation, we're trying to lower the hips down towards the floor. With each inhale, we're lifting the heart. You can keep the hands on your front knee. You can bring them to your lower back. Or you can reach your arms all the way up. Find your breath. Good. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Left hand's going to remain on the floor and right arm's going to go up. Good. Beautiful. Now check in on your left hip. See if you can draw your left hip back a little bit so it's not just kind of falling into the ground. Yes. Good. Now tuck your left toes under. You have an option to lift the knee off the floor if you decide to. Good. Breathe right there. You can be looking up towards your right hand. You can look in the direction of your chest, or you can even look down to the floor if that's better for your neck. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Lower the right hand down to the mat and step your right foot all the way back into plank. Good. And we're going to go right into the side plank on the right side. So maybe your right knee comes down, your left foot is flat, your left arm goes up. Or maybe both of your legs are straight, finding a little bit more strength in this practice. Keep breathing. And release. Left hand comes down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips all the way back. Good, well done. Inhaling, left leg up to the ceiling. Stretch it all the way up. Let your neck be relaxed. Let your head hang. Maybe you want to bend this knee and open up the hip if you did on the first side. And then squaring the hips. Let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Good, and right knee comes down. Beautiful. Bring in the hands to the front knee. We want to lower the hips, but lift the heart. Find your breath. Again, same options as on the first side. Maybe your hands go to your lower back. Maybe they lift up. Steady, deep breathing. And as you exhale, slowly release. Right hand comes down on the mat. Left arm is going to go up. Now pay attention to your right hip. It tends to kind of roll in. The second will lift the arm. So draw that right hip back a little bit. And if you did this on the first side, tuck the right toes under and lift the right knee off the floor. So if you can, look up towards your hand. If that's not comfortable, if that's straining, look in the direction of your chest or down to the floor. A few more breaths here. Beautiful. Lower the left hand down. Step back into plank and switch into the side plank on the left side. So maybe your left knee goes down, your right foot is flat, your right arm is up. Maybe both of your legs are straight, right? Pick the variation that works for you. No matter what you're doing, lift the hips away from the floor. Good, a couple more breaths here. And release, palms on the mat, hips back into your downward dog. Take a couple of breaths. From here, lower the knees down onto the mat. Let's try a little bit of cat and cow. As you inhale, you're going to lift your tailbone and send the wave up along the spine. And as you exhale, round. Again, inhaling, lifting and arching. And as you exhale, round. Good. One more. Good. Now inhale into a neutral spine. With your next inhalation, lift your right arm up and all the way back. Good. As you exhale, threading the needle, you're going to bring that arm down, shoulder towards the floor. Don't quite settle in yet. Inhale, lift up again. Open big. Good, beautiful. Exhale, thread it under. Don't settle in. Inhale, open up, nice and big. And exhale, bring it under. And this time we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So breathe into the tight spots. See if you need to lower your hips a little bit. See how that changes the pose for you. And then finding your way back into all fours. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Good. So when you're ready, left arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, thread it under. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, thread it under. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it on. Then this time stay. Stay for a few breaths. You can experiment, maybe lowering the hips towards your seats or lowering your seats towards your heels. Good, and finding your way back into all fours and back to our downward facing dog. Lift the hips all the way back. Inhale, right leg up to the ceiling. Bend the knee, open up the hip. This time, if it's accessible, if you want to, you can bring the foot to the floor behind you and flip the hips up. If that's too much, just stay in your three-legged dog. Good. Finding your way back into your three-legged dog, or hang in there for a moment. Extend the right leg up. And when you're ready, step the right foot forward between the hands, warrior one. Rotate your left heel flat and come on up. Good. With your next exhalation, open up to the left, finding your warrior two. You can walk your left foot a little bit further back and see if you can lower your warrior two a bit, but keep that strength in your legs. Breathe deeply. Okay. Now, right forearm over the right thigh, side angle pose. Left can come over your ear. If it's uncomfortable for your shoulder, your left hand can stay on your lower back. If you have that range of motion, if it works for you, your right hand can come down on the inside of your right foot. Now press strongly into your feet. Find that willpower. Inhale, lift the torso. As you exhale, twist. Left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. If your back knee wants to be on the floor, let it come down to the floor. If it's okay being off, then try to extend that back leg as much as you can. Keep turning the chest up to the ceiling. Find your breath. Beautiful. And release. Palms down to the mat. Lower your left knee down. Draw your hips back into Ardha Hanumanasana. Half split. Belly towards your right thigh. You can keep that right knee as bent as it needs to be for you. Good. Steady, deep breaths. Now bend the front knee. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot, coming into a lizard pose. So maybe you need to wiggle your right foot out to the side. Lift your back knee off the floor. Let's move forward and back a little bit. Good. Maybe up and down. And depending if it's accessible, you're going to lower the back knee down to the mat. Maybe your left forearm comes down. Maybe your right forearm comes down. Maybe not. Listen to your body. Good. Try to straighten your back. Pull your chest forward. Good. Steady, deep breaths. Beautiful. Find your way back onto your palms. Lift the back knee off the floor. Strong legs, strong arms. Step back into a plank pose. Good. And all the way to your downward dog. Take a couple of breaths in your downward dog. Inhale, left leg up to the ceiling.
Bend the knee, open up the hips. Same as on the other side. You can drop the foot to the floor behind you, or you can stay where you are, pressing the hips up to the ceiling. Still on? Good. Now finding your way back into the center or hanging into your three-legged dog for another moment. Good. And let's all step forward into warrior one. Good. Lift all the way up. Soften your shoulders. Keep your feet active. When you're ready, open up to the right, finding your warrior two. See if you need to move your right foot a little further back. See if you can sit a little lower in your warrior. And breathe. Good. Now bring your left forearm over your left thigh. Extend the right arm over, coming into a side angle pose. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, finding that spinal twist. Maybe your right knee wants to be on the mat. Right elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. Maybe your right knee is off the mat. Find what works for you. Keep focusing on your breath. And release. Beautiful. Palms down to the mat, right knee down to the mat. Draw the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Abdomen towards your left thigh. And steady, deep breaths. Keep quieting the mind. Breathe into the areas that are tender, areas that are tight, areas that feel stuck. Now bend your left knee and bring both of your hands on the inside of your left foot. See if you need to wiggle your left foot off to the side. We're going into the lizard pose. Lift your right knee off the floor and rock forward and back. That's it. You got it. Good. You can also rock up and down. Good. And maybe the right knee comes down. Maybe your right forearm will come down for you. Maybe the left. Keep pulling your heart forward. Now slowly finding your way back up to your palms and step back into plank. You can take the vinyasa if you like, or you can go straight to downward dog. That's your choice. You can do knees, chest and chin and cobra, and then find your way to downward dog. Okay, taking a few deep breaths here. Now you have a couple of options. You can bring your knees down to the mat and rest in child's pose. Good. Or you can try the dolphin. Right, for the dolphin, I'm going to make sure I can touch my opposite upper arms. Press my palms into the mat and then lift the hips up. Once your hips are up, you're going to be pressing your chest towards your thighs, right? Or you're pressing. If I'm going to look to my hands, I'm going to try to move my face as far away from my hands as I can. And you can let your head hang, or you could be looking at the floor between your forearms. Keep breathing. If you have a forearm balance practice, or if you want to go a step further from this, you can have just one leg up, or if you up to it, you take in little jumps, right? So for beginners, you're just gonna stay over your forearms and just hang out there until you start getting used to this, until your shoulders open up, until your strength builds up. Take a couple more breaths there. And slowly release from wherever you are. Taking a breath in child's pose if you haven't been there all this time. Good, wonderful. Finding your way back into your downward dog. From your downward dog, look towards your hands. Let's step, walk, maybe jump our feet forward. Inhaling halfway up, lift your torso. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Again, you can hold the back of the legs. You can hold your opposite elbows. You can even hold your opposite elbows behind your legs. Relax your neck. Lift your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Now press into your feet. Release your arms. Inhale, lifting up. Strong feet, strong belly, strong back. Come all the way up. And release the palms to your heart. Now let's step the right foot back and turn to the side of your mat. Okay, come into Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. All my toes are pointed to the side of the mat. Good. Now feel your feet touching the floor. Feel your feet really active. Notice if you're pressing more on the outer edges of the feet and see if you can balance that. I like all the doggies, you guys. That's so cute. So your feet are active. Your legs are strong. Your pelvic floor is engaged. Now, as you inhale, lift all the way up, reaching your arms up. As you exhale, begin to fold forward nice and slow, drawing the lower abdomen in. Your hands can come over your legs, or they can go down to the floor if it gets close enough. Relax your neck, taking 5 steady deep breaths. Your hands are on the floor. You can also hold the outsides of your feet. Should be about 3 breaths. 4 and 5. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise, lift all the way up, reaching your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands to your hips and draw the elbows behind you towards each other. Beautiful. Engage your core there, though, right? We tend to kind of arch here and we'll let go of our core. So really keep this nice and strong. Lift and lengthen as you inhale. Begin to fold forward as you breathe out. Pulling the elbows towards each other, relax the back of the neck. Breathe deeply. Good. 3, 4, 5. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise. Wonderful. Reach your arms up to the sky. With your next exhalation, bring the hands behind you and interlock the fingers. Good. Inhale, lift the chest, arch back a bit. Exhale, fold forward, moving the hands away from your back. Relax the back of your neck. Breathe. Your feet are active, your legs are strong. Lift the belly button away from the floor. Now press into your feet. Inhale, rise.
Good. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Turn your left toes out and step to the front, joining your feet. Ground yourself here in mountain pose. In mountain pose, we're going to move into a couple of balancing poses, which will conclude our standing poses. Okay. So we're going to start simple. We're going to start with the tree pose. Your right foot's going to come up, right? You can do a little kickstand. You can come up a little higher, right? Find your tree pose, right? Each one of us is unique and special and beautiful in our own way, just like each and every tree is beautiful and unique in their own way, okay? As much as the foot is pushing into the leg is pushing back. If your foot doesn't want to go all the way up, have it a little lower. Find the place where it can stay, right? Concentrate on steadiness. Concentrate on being able to hold the pose, not on complexity of it. Beautiful. When you're ready, reach your arms up. Separate the hands. Soften the shoulders. Stay. Beautiful. Bring the palms together. Lower them down to your heart. Bring the right knee to the center. Keep the knee up. Beautiful. Now extend the right leg out in front of you. You got this. Nice. Reach your arms up. Breathe deeply. Stay focused. Right leg up in front of you. Beautiful. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Well done. Good. Switch to the other side. Beautiful. Well done, you guys. Good. Find your tree pose. Your standing leg is straight, strong, engaged. Your pelvic floor is engaged. Your core is engaged. Find the tree that works for you. And if you lose your balance, just come right back up, right? Don't waste any energy on beating yourself up or worried or saying that it's not going right. Just let all that go and just give it another try. Maybe try the foot a little lower and concentrate on steadiness. That's it. Beautiful. Bring the palms together. Lower the hands to your heart. Good. Bring your left knee in front of you. Now extend the left leg out. Try not to lean back. Make sure you're still standing tall. Arms up to the ceiling. Breathe deeply. Find that determination. Find the concentration. Beautiful. 3, 4. Right leg is straight. And 5. Release. Well done. Good job. Yes, you can definitely shake them all out. Well done. Okay, we're going to do one more standing pose. Standing postures are wonderful because balancing postures, they tend us to they make us stop. They make us stop and stay in one place, which is something that many of us might be struggling right now, being stuck at home. And this is exactly what happens in the pose, right? We get into it and we wiggle and our mind is all over the place. And we struggle and we're like, oh, how much longer? But then at some point you just kind of settle and you stay. And you learn to find relaxation. You learn to find appreciation for it. So we'll do one more balancing to see if we can explore that a little bit further. Now for this one, I'm going to show it to you first, right? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to try not to lose my mic, right? And we'll look back. So this is our pose. If you have the flexibility, you're going to be grabbing the foot.
Now, if you're not feeling strong with your balance today, I'm going to have you have something behind you, right? Maybe it's a piece of furniture, maybe it's a wall where you can reach your left hand back, right? And press onto the wall. So I have the mirrors, I have the wall behind you. My left hand's going to go, no, sorry, I lied, the right hand. The right hand's going to go back and the right knee's going to come up and the left hand's going to hold on the right knee, and then you're going to turn to look towards your right hand. So this way, let's see, right knee up, beautiful, right hand is back. You got it. Good, beautiful. Don't let that right knee turn with your torso, like it's still pointing forward. Let's see if you can do a couple more breaths there. Good. And gaze can be the last thing that you transfer. Very nice. And then bring your gaze back to the center and slowly release. Well done. All right, let's try the other side. Ready? You guys, this is a hard pose, okay? So if it's challenging you, don't take it personally. It's not you, it's the pose. So if you're using something behind you, your left hand will be on that support. Your left knee comes up, right hand is on the knee, right? Maybe the left hand is on your lower back. So the closer you keep all your extremities to the body, the easier it is to balance, right? If you're already feeling steady, then you can begin to extend out into space, and that will challenge your body, your balance, and probably your flexibility. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. If you find yourself falling out of it, don't waste time on getting frustrated. Don't waste the energy on getting frustrated. Just let it go and give it another try. Beautiful. And slowly release. Good. Well done. Shake it all out. Yes. Good. Very nice. When you're all done, let's see, lay down on your back. Lay down on your back and relax for a few breaths. Good, beautiful. Let your body melt into the floor. And just feel the effects of the practice so far. Effects of all the balancing postures and everything else we've done up to this moment. Good. Now taking a nice deep breath in into every cell of your body, every organ, every tissue. Good. I'm going to offer you a shoulder stand from here. So if you already have a shoulder stand practice, if your neck is feeling all right today, take your time to find your way up there. If you don't have a shoulder stand practice, and if you're new to this, I would offer you a sleeping tiger, which I will demonstrate. For a sleeping tiger, you're going to lay down on your back and lift legs up, maybe your arms up. And we're going to stay here for a few more breaths, whether you're in shoulder stand or in sleeping tiger. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure your shoulders and the back of the head are pressing down. Good. See if you can wiggle the elbows a little closer together. Beautiful adjustments. Good. See if you can walk your hands higher towards your shoulders. Yes, higher on your back towards your shoulders, which is kind of low when you're upside down. Yes. And then find your breath. Concentrate on steadiness once again. Now slowly begin to find your way into the plow pose, right? Lowering the knees towards your forehead, maybe the feet behind you. Now, if you have been holding sleeping tiger, you can lower the knees towards your chest and kind of hug your knees in for a few breaths. If you're in plow pose, Continue to breathe deeply, even though it might be challenging in this pose. Keep your mind calm. Bring your concentration to the space behind the eyebrows, to the space behind the forehead, kind of like the middle of the eyebrows. Beautiful. And then slowly release. If you're in the plow pose, bring your hands to the floor and let yourself slowly come down. If you were in sleeping tiger, slowly come on down. Let's try fish pose all together. So when you're ready, take a breath in between if you need to, right? There's no rush. There's no rush in yoga. You're not late for anything, right? Slide your arms under your body. Extend your legs. Bring your feet together. When you're ready, press into your elbows, lift your heart, and let the top of the head gently touch the floor. Keep lifting the heart. Now, if you have a neck condition or if you're new to this pose, here's a modification. You can have your forearms on the floor behind you and lifting your heart and keeping your neck long. Right? If this is too much for your neck, then skip it. Then I hope you haven't done the shoulder stand. Right? Good. Take one more breath wherever you are. Beautiful. And slowly release. Release all the way. Notice the effects of these postures. Shoulder stand, plow, and fish pose are classical hatha yoga postures. They are said to affect not only our musculoskeletal parts of us, but also our internal organs, also our energy flow through the body. They affect our nervous system, our moods. They affect how our endocrine system operates. Now let's bend the knees and place the feet on the mat, preparing for bridge pose. Our feet are hip-width distance apart, parallel to each other. You're going to press your arms into the mat alongside your body and push your shoulders down. Your feet are active, your legs are strong and engaged. Squeeze your buttocks and begin to lift the hips up. You can press your shoulders down into the mat even more. Breathe right there. Now see if you can shift your chest towards your chin. Not the other way around though, but chest towards your chin. Don't let the knees fall off to the sides, right? Don't let them open up to the sides. Imagine you squeezing a soccer ball between the knees. So you keep pushing the thighs in towards each other without touching the knees. Taking a couple more breaths here. This is great for our posture. Very important now, considering that many of us are spending a lot of time at the computers, on our phones. We have to take care of our bodies. Take one more breath and slowly release. Lower the hips down. Take a resting breath. Good. Setting up for the second round, same thing. Press into your feet, your legs are strong, squeeze your buttocks, lift the belly up. Finding your bridge pose. Make sure you're looking straight up to the ceiling, not off to the side. If you need to see me, come out of the pose, look, and then go back. Try not to move your neck once you are up. Don't look off to the side. Again, once you are up, you're pushing your chest towards your chin. Maybe this time we can interlock the fingers under our backs and lift the chest a little higher. Focus your mind. Meditation time. Go within. Slowly release with control. Take a resting breath. We're going to do one more round. You can do the bridge pose that we've been doing, so you can continue to do one more round of that. If you have a wheel pose, if you're ready for it, if you've been practicing wheel pose, go for it. Okay. For the wheel pose, your hands go behind your back, and you're going to lift up into a full back bend, or you're going to repeat the same bridge pose that we've been doing. Find your breath wherever you are. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Slowly finding your way down. Now bringing both of your knees towards the chest. Draw a few circles with your knees, massaging your back against the floor. Okay. And then the other way. Good. Come back into the center. Open your arms out to the sides and bring both knees to the right side. Good. Look away from your knees. Look towards your left hand. Inhale back into the center. And then over to the other side. And inhale back into the center. Good. And extend the legs out in front of you. Coming into Shavasana, final relaxation. Remain on your back with your body relaxed. Make all the necessary adjustments, making yourself comfortable. Good. Let your body melt into the floor. There's nothing to do, nothing to think about. Relax. Feel your feet soften, ankles, and lower legs, shins and calves, relaxed. Feel your knees relax and upper legs, front, back, and sides of the thighs soften. Lower belly and lower back, relaxed. Middle and upper back. No more tension. Shoulders, upper arms, forearms, wrists, and hands. Relaxed. And feel your chest soften, your chest and your belly. Make your belly really, really soft. Good. And then feel the front and the back of the neck relax, base of the skull, your jaws, corners of your mouth, relaxed, cheeks, and muscles surrounding your eyes. Eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows. No more tension. Forehead, relaxed. And the rest of your head. Mentally ask your internal organs to rest. Your entire body, from the tips of your toes all the way up to the crown of your head, is completely relaxed. Every cell in your body, every organ, every tissue. Your mind is resting. Allow yourself to remain absolutely unconcerned for the time being. Now gradually beginning to deepen your breath. Feel yourself inhaling into every cell of your body, every tiny little part of you, every organ, every muscle, every tissue. Feel yourself flood every cell of your body with nutrients, with vitality, with each inhalation. And release, let go of any toxins, anything that needs to go with each exhale. Rejuvenating, refreshing with each inhalation, and purifying, cleansing, letting go, detoxing with each out breath. And then extend this from your physical body into the rest of you, your mental, your intellect body, your energy body, your emotions, every little part of you, emotionally, energetically. Inhaling, bringing in freshness, bringing in vitality, bringing in nutrients, bringing in strength and power and joy. And every time you breathe out, letting go of things that no longer serve us, things that we don't need, right? Letting go of worries, letting go of heavy emotions. There's no use in carrying them around. So any chance you get, freshen up, put the burden down. You don't have to be carrying it all the time on our minds, in our bodies, physically, energetically. Refresh yourself, rejuvenate yourself so you can be the source of light and hope for others and strength. Take another deep breath in. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, coming back to the physical body with a whole lot of gratitude for every tiny little part of you. Yeah. Good. You can take any stretch from there, any movement. Good. And then slowly you can hug your knees. You can roll over to the right side. And then, beautiful. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can begin to find your way into a sitting position. Good. Sit up nice and tall. You can keep your eyes open and you can close them, but do go within. Bring your attention back within, deep within yourself, right? Into that inner world. We want to flood our inner world with hope. Okay? With a whole lot of hope, with a strong belief. Our mind has tremendous power. Yes, there are things happening in the world. Yes, there's no denying of what's going on around us. But a strong mindset, a positive mindset fueled with hope can create a stronger immune system, right? A quieter mind. If we meditate, we practice, we can build our strength from within so we can support others around us, right? We can help others around us, even if it's just a friendly phone call and a smile, or calling a friend who's maybe overwhelmed and homeschooling or whatnot, and listening to them and supporting them, or whatever it is that you're challenging, that you're facing, whatever challenges you're facing. Build yourself up from within. Take a moment now. Go deep within and feel that strength. Visualize light within you. Visualize yourself healthy, joyful, right? Visualize yourself and the world healthy and strong and returning to activities when it's time. Put that light out into the world and feel the joy in your body, in your mind. What does it feel like when all of this is behind us, when we start rebuilding? Let's choose to be the light. Let's choose to be the strength. Let's choose to be the ones who are smiling and uplifting others. Bring the palms together, bring them to your heart. We close this practice with gratitude, a whole lot of gratitude for all the blessings that we do have in our lives. Right? For this practice that can uplift us and strengthen us, for this beautiful community of love integration that stays strong and keeps together even in these challenging times. Yeah. Thank you very much for your practice, guys. Namaste. Yay. Hi, guys.
Thank you, Sasha.
You are welcome.
That was great.
Thank you. You guys are great. So awesome. You guys keep showing up.
Thank you, Sasha.
You're welcome, Judy.
Thank you. It was great.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So good to see you all.
Great class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Stay good. Stay
Wonderful
healthy.
day.
Thank you,
Nice.
Sasha. Have a great day.
Thank you, Crystal. You too. All right, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe, okay? Be strong.